There's no hope, why try anyway? Every kind is large or slight, shifts the balance toward the light. Waters wide and open wide, leading toward the light. And don't just walk when you can fly, leading toward the light. Justice seems in short supply, leading toward the light. Let beauty be our truest guide, leading toward the light. The shadows of this world will say, there's no hope, why try anyway? Every kind is a large or slight, shifts the balance toward the light. The prayer I pray at eventide, all left undone be put aside. When forgiveness is hard to find, help me at least to be kind.
Good morning. How is everybody? My name is Chuck Bauer, and I'm a member of the board of this fellowship, member of the board of trustees of this fellowship. Welcome to you all. The Unitarian Universalist Fellowship is a welcoming community, encouraging religious freedom, nurturing individual spiritual and ethical growth, celebrating diversity, and promoting a just and sustainable world. If you would like to learn more about this fellowship, please look at our website at uufe.org and join us after the service for potluck. And if you didn't bring anything, don't worry about that. There should be plenty. For the listening enjoyment of all, please silence your cell phones. And if you need hearing support, please see Terry back at the sound desk. Thank you. We have some announcements for today. These are my favorite announcements because I came in kind of late and I didn't take the time to look at them in advance. Oh, I don't like that one. No. We could still use a few more people for roadside cleanup next Saturday. Out here on Johnson Street, we have a stretch that we are responsible for. Please sign up on Ivy Island if you're available. There's a sign-up sheet. Next Sunday, October 26th, after the service, Janelle will be scattering Phil's ashes in the memorial garden. She would love for you to join her. If you would like to attend another immigration meeting, join us Wednesday night, October 22nd at 6 p.m. at the Lexington Event Center on Lexington Avenue downtown. Elkhart County Indivisible is sponsoring this event. Two speakers will be familiar to you. Lisa Coop, who spoke at our community gathering here a couple of weeks ago, and Jane Ross Richer, who will be our speaker next Sunday. A poster for this event is on the social justice table in the gathering place, back in the far corner. Thank you.
Good morning. It's good to be with you again. This morning, we're going to turn our attention eastward toward the Hindu celebration of Diwali. It's a festival that honors the triumph of light over darkness, wisdom over ignorance, hope over despair. As Unitarian Universalists, we draw wisdom from many sources, and today we're going to open our minds and hearts to what Diwali might reveal to us about resilience, renewal, and the sacred spark that lives in every human being. May the stories we share this morning help us to remember our own capacity to bring light into the world and to keep it alive. So come and let us worship together.
This is our chalice lighting this morning. Across time and culture, people have gathered to honor the light of the sun returning after long winter nights, the light of wisdom that pierces ignorance, the light of love that warms the heart and guides us home. As we kindle our chalice flame, we remember that even the smallest spark can reveal beauty, courage, and hope. May this light remind us that we too are part of the great shining web of life, keepers of the light within us and among us. And now if you'll join with me in the Unison Covenant, which is printed in your order of service. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth and love, and to help one another. This is our covenant. I invite you now to rise in body or spirit as we sing our opening hymn, number 38, Morning Has Broken.
Stand, please. Thank you.
Prabhupatira.
Not quite. So I'm going to guess that probably most of you have not heard about Diwali and the story behind it. So our story today is that story. And it's called the story of the Ramayana. The Ramayana is an ancient Indian epic of over 24,000 verses. Think about Homer's Odyssey on steroids. It's estimated to be written as early as between 100 and 500 BCE. This important literary work has greatly influenced the art and culture of India and has largely been responsible for molding Hindu character. The Ramayana has many lessons to teach, and it's said that it's capable of serving as a code of ethics for all human beings, irrespective of caste, creed, color, and religion. The Ramayana is not just a story which happened long ago. It has a philosophical, spiritual significance and a deep truth to it. The words rays, radiance, comes from the Sanskrit root word of Ra. Ra means light. Ma means within me, in my heart. So Rama means the light within me, which is the radiant in every particle of the being, and that is Rama. So as the name implies, the Ramayana is the story of Rama, who is the seventh avatar and incarnation of the Hindu god Vishnu, and his wife Sita. She is the avatar of the goddess Lakshmi. Vishnu incarnated himself as Rama to restore the order which had been disrupted by the evil demon king Ravana. And whenever Vishnu incarnates as human form, Lakshmi also incarnates as Sita. So the Ramayana begins in heaven as the god Vishnu and the goddess Lakshmi look down and see the earth overrun with demons. Sound familiar? They decide to come down to earth in human form to get rid of the demons. So they were born as the warrior prince Rama and his beautiful wife Sita. At age 16, Rama was banished into the forest for 14 years due to an evil plot by his stepmother. As a sign of total dedication and loyalty, Sita and Rama's brother, Lakshman, go with him into the forest exile. While there, they encountered a terrible demon king, Ravana. He had 20 arms, 10 heads, and was feared throughout the land. Ravana watched Sita in the forest and fell in love with her. Ravana got his evil servant Maraka to disguise himself as a golden deer to tempt Rama and Lakshman away from Sita. Before going off to hunt, Lakshman drew a circle in the dust around Sita to protect her and told her not to step out of the circle. But Ravana disguised himself as an old beggar man, and he begged Sita for food and drink. Sita took pity on the demon and stepped out of the circle. The beggar man suddenly turned in to the demon king Ravana. He caught Sita in his arms and he pulled her into his magic flying chariot. It's said that Ravana was a very clever king and the inventor of many things, among them the airplane. Serious. Sita cried for help and threw her necklaces and other jewelry to the ground to leave a trail in hope that Rama might find and save her. Rama and his loyal brother Lakshman followed the trail of glittering jewelry until they met the monkey king Hanuman, who became their friend and agreed to help find Sita. Messages were sent to all the monkeys in the world and through them all to the bears, who also set out to find Sita. Well, after a very long search, Hanuman found Sita imprisoned on an island. Rama's army of monkeys and bears, they couldn't reach the island, so they began to build a bridge. And soon all the animals of the world, large and small, came to help build the bridge. When the bridge was built, they rushed across it and fought a mighty battle. When Rama killed the evil Ravana with a magic arrow, the whole world rejoiced. Rama and Sita began their long journey back to their land, and millions of people lit oil lamps to guide them on their way and to welcome them back out of exile. So ever since, people light lamps at Diwali to remember that light triumphs over dark and good triumphs over evil. And with that, we will send our children out to their classes. And we will continue with our next hymn, which you can remain seated for. It's 178, Raghupati. This was Gandhi's favorite hymn, which he used in his morning devotionals, and it became a favorite across India and the Hindu world. It's a prayer to Rama, asking for, among other things, peace between Hindus and Muslims. Now, this is a very challenging tune, so we have a video that you can watch and listen to. I'm not going to try to teach it to you because we don't have that much time. But if you're brave, you could try to sing along with it and go for it. Otherwise, enjoy the tune.
Raghupati Raghava Rajaram Patita Pavan Sitaram.
Raghupati Raghava Rajaram Patita Pavan Sitaram.
Sitaram Jai Sitaram Patita Pavan Sitaram.
Sitaram Jai Sitaram Patita Pavan Sitaram.
Raghupati Raghava Rajaram Patita Pavan Sitaram.
Raghupati Raghava Rajaram Patita Pavan Sitaram.
Ishwaralla Teranam Sabko Sanmoti de Bhagwan.
Ishwar Allah Teranam Sabko Sanmoti de Bhagwan.
Raghupati Raghava Rajaram Patita Pavan Sitaram.
Raghupati Raghava Rajaram Patita Pavan Sitaram.
Sitaram Jai Sitaram Patita Pavan Sitaram.
Sitaram Jai Sitaram Patita Pavan Sitaram. Raghupati Raghava Rajaram Patita Pavan Sitaram. Raghupati Raghava Rajaram
Okay, as we move into a more quiet and meditative time, I invite you to enjoy this Hindu chant dedicated to Rama. The English translation of this chant is, Lord Rama, who is pure and absolute Brahman, Rama, the essence of time, the Lord supreme, Rama, blissfully reposing on Shisha as his bed, Rama, worshipped by all gods, beginning from Brahma. Greetings, Rama. Greetings, Sita. Rama, who is worshipped by his friend Buha. Rama, who ate the fruits given by Shabari. Rama, who was served by Hanuman. Rama, who is the support of life of Sita. Greetings, Rama. Greetings, Sita.
शुद्ध ब्रह्म परात्पर रामा कालात्मक परमेश्वर रामा शुद्ध ब्रह्म परात्पर रामा कालात्मक परमेश्वर रामा शेषतल्प सुख निद्रित रामा ब्रह्माद्यमर प्रार्थित रामा शेषतल्प सुख निद्रित रामा ब्रह्माद्यमर प्रार्थित रामा राम राम जय राजा रामा राम राम जय सीता रामा राम राम जय राजा रामा राम राम जय सीता रामा प्रिय गुह विनिवेदित पद रामा शबरी दत्त फलासन रामा प्रिय गुह विनिवेदित पद रामा शबरी दत्त फलासन रामा हनुमत सेवित निज पद रामा सीता प्राणाधारक रामा राम राम जय राजा रामा राम राम जय सीता रामा राम राम जय राजा रामा राम राम जय सीता रामा शुद्ध ब्रह्म परात्पर रामा कालात्मक परमेश्वर रामा शुद्ध ब्रह्म परात्पर रामा कालात्मक परमेश्वर रामा
It's now time for our offering. And this morning we are sharing our offering with the YWCA Safe Haven, which is the women's shelter. And please enjoy the following musical interlude of the Balinese monkey chant. Kikak? Kikak. While the offering is being collected. It's also known as the Ramayana monkey chant. The piece is performed by a circle of 150 or more performers wearing checked cloth around their waists, percussively chanting kak and throwing up their arms. I've seen this, it's fun. It depicts a battle from the Ramayana where the monkey-like Vanara helped Prince Rama fight the evil King Ravana. And it's now time for our offering. How they managed to do that and stay together. That was pretty extraordinary. This reading is by Reverend C.J. McGregor. In a book by artist Jean Dobie called Making Color Sing, the author introduces the idea of mouse colors. That's right, mouse colors, M-O-U-S-E. They are subtle, pale colors. When they are brushed up against a darker color, they illuminate the painting. They are almost imperceptible when you look from a distance, but their impact on the painting is profound. Mouse colors create a setting where it is possible for the brilliant color to come into its fullest bloom. Mouse colors are like the bit players who support the stars. I believe there are people in the world who are like mouse colors. They bring light to our dark places. They are most often subtle. If we are lucky, they come to us with presence and gentle influence at the exact time we need them. I think of them as light keepers.
The celebration of light is a common theme in many cultures and in many religions as well. We see it in the observation of the winter solstice, the gradually increasing amount of daylight we see as we move from winter into spring and summer. Jews around the world celebrate Hanukkah, the festival of lights. For 9 days prior to Christmas, Christians in Mexico go from house to house with candles, searching for a room at the inn. The 7 candles of Kwanzaa are lit in December to celebrate African culture. And even here at UUFE, we have our beloved Candlelight Christmas Eve service. It's no surprise then that one of the largest religious traditions in the world, Hinduism, also celebrates light, known as Diwali or Deepavali. The 5-day festival is celebrated by millions of Hindus, Sikhs, and Jains across the globe. Diwali literally means a ray of light, and it's associated with new beginnings, a harvest, New Year celebrations, the new fiscal year, and the triumph of good over evil. It marks the beginning of winter, and it's also an opportunity to observe cleansing rituals, to let go of the past year's worries and troubles. They also try to balance business ledgers and to pay off debts. But above all, it's a time to celebrate this awakening and awareness of the inner light, which has the power to outshine darkness and clear all obstacles in life. This festive occasion is a time for community and family and the celebration of togetherness, sharing resources, good food, and heartfelt gifts. But Diwali has a deeper spiritual meaning as well. And it's not just an opportunity to buy new clothes, eat wonderful food, and light firecrackers. Diwali is very much about achieving our own personal potential and enlightenment of the soul. Anju Bhargava, founder of the Hindu American Seva communities, writes, "While the story behind Diwali varies from region to region, the essence is the same: to rejoice in the inner light and to understand the underlying reality of all things. The spiritual meaning of Diwali is the awareness of the inner light." Reverend C.J. McGregor comments, "At the heart, Hindu philosophy emphasizes the presence of that which is pure, infinite, and eternal, which is something beyond the physical and the mind. So Diwali is a celebration of this awakening and the awareness of our own inner light. And though it's not seen externally, this inner light outshines all darkness and removes all obstacles. It dispels all ignorance. It awakens the individual to one's true nature. Not as the body, but as the unchanging, infinite, and transcendent reality. With this inner realization comes universal compassion, love, and the awareness of the oneness of all things. The Sat, or truth, the Chit, consciousness, and the Ananda, inner joy. As per the Vedanta, a school of Hindu philosophy, every devout Hindu must fill their heart with the oil of love, the light, like the wick, with the knowledge of truth, and ward off ignorance. It further states that we can kindle light in many hearts just like a single oil lamp can light many oil lamps. So as you know, most holidays have a story that's tied to them, such as Christmas and the virgin birth of Jesus, or Hanukkah and the story of finding a jug of pure oil that was only enough for one day that lasted 8. There are a few stories associated with Diwali, depending on the region of India where it's celebrated. The most prominent story, coming from northern India, is that of Prince Rama and his wife Sita, and their return to their kingdom after the defeat of the demon king Ravana. It's said that millions of small clay oil lamps, called daya, were lit to mark their path back home. Thus the reference to an array of lights for Diwali. And as we heard in our story earlier, Rama was not able to find and rescue Sita on his own. He needed help to triumph over the evil demon king Ravana. Rama's brother, Lakshman, never left his side, and the monkey king Hanuman promised to help with his monkey army, along with the bears and other wild animals. Indeed, good often needs help in overcoming evil. If we were to look closely at these epic tales, totally mythical or somewhat based on truth, we will find many examples of what I call light keepers. That is, people or other beings who help bring light into the world from the shadows to defeat evil or dispel darkness. Take the story of Cinderella, for example. Cinderella leads a life of drudgery at the hands of her evil stepmother and stepsisters. Yet she finds joy in the small animals and birds who help her with her chores, and of course, Cinderella's fairy godmother, who brings light into her world when she helps Cinderella attend the ball so she can meet the handsome prince and live happily ever after. Cinderella couldn't have escaped her drudgery without the help of her light keepers. So I think Diwali calls people to be the keepers of light, to bring light to the lives of people around them as they navigate desperate times. Light keepers are the ones who nurture the flame when it's small and fragile, who shield it when the winds of the world threaten to blow it out. They remind us that light isn't just something we share, it's something we sustain together. And I think we all need this message of Diwali right now in these desperate times. We've all had times in our lives when things are bright and shiny, those times of joy and happiness that are just really hard to contain. And those times, our own joy can be infectious and can affect those around us in positive ways. I think immediately of the birth of a baby. I think about all the smiles generated by the simple act of walking down the street with a baby in a stroller. Who doesn't laugh and gush when a baby giggles uncontrollably? Babies are natural light keepers. And this year, our hearts hold tender memories of two remarkable light keepers among us, Phil and Joan. Phil was first and foremost a consummate teacher and educator. He loved his students and challenged them to do their best. His laughter could fill a room, and his heart was as kind as it was steadfast. He fought fiercely for teachers' rights and never stopped believing in the power of learning to change lives. And Joan, too, had a light of her own, witty, curious, and full of joy that spread like wildfire. She had a habit of carrying small stone hearts in her pocket, giving them away to anyone who might need cheering up. She was a bit of a corker, delightfully mischievous, yet always grounded in love. She embodied some of the best of what it means to be a you. Joyful, questioning, compassionate, and a little capricious when the moment called for it. Both Phil and Joan tended the light of this community in their own ways. They shared their humor, their warmth, their wisdom, and though their earthly flames have gone out, the light they kept still glows in every life they touched. Everyone here has likely experienced those times of shadow where we may feel as if our own light has been blown out like a snuffed candle. I think some of us are feeling like that now. I recall feeling that way after Trump got elected the first time. And when I experienced my own dark night of the soul several years ago, living in the shadowy darkness makes it next to impossible to see our own light. Throw in an episode of depression, grief, or despair, and you might as well be living in a giant black hole that sucks every ray of light out of you. In times like these, we struggle to find our way. We have no beacon of light to follow to lead us out of the shadows. It's during these times like these that we need light keepers, those who are committed to hold out a lantern for us when life seems so very dark. I'm fortunate to have had several light keepers appear in my life when my own inner light was dim. No, not dim. It was completely extinguished. And as I battled my demons in the dark, others made sure I was not completely lost. It is mostly because of them that I decided to become a minister myself, to give back some of the light that others were so graciously and lovingly giving to me when I was not too pleasant to be around. And to compound matters more, during this time of year of decreasing light, many people begin to experience the negative effects of seasonal affective disorder, or SAD. Those who do often speak of feeling depressed, having low energy, having difficulty concentrating, feelings of hopelessness, or having sleep problems stemming from lack of serotonin. Our bodies crave light, and we physically need serotonin to regulate our mood. But we also need spiritual light when we struggle in the shadows. We need to experience profound connection with others and the gift of compassion and unconditional love given to us by our light keepers. These gifts allow us to begin to heal whatever wounds of the spirit we have accumulated and gently guide us back out of the darkness and into the light. And once we have touched that light again and can feel connected to others, we can become light keepers for someone else. So light keepers can help us see ourselves more clearly in general. We all have parts of ourselves that we don't like, and what we often call our shadow selves. You know, those qualities that we're not so proud of or that don't meet our own levels of expectation. And these shadow sides of ourselves tend to pop out more during periods of stress, anxiety, and other difficult times. It could be that we become a bit more snarky than normal. Maybe we snap at the kids more than we want. Or maybe we complain to the waitress about our food taking too long, even though we know the restaurant is short-staffed. Most of the time, we don't really notice these subtle changes in ourselves. We may feel like something is off-kilter in us, but we can't really name it. It's times like this that we may need a light keeper to help us see the light, so to speak, and help us notice that sometimes the unsavory aspects of ourselves that we really don't want to acknowledge. You can see this in a Sufi teaching story about a character named Mullah Nasruddin. The story goes that one night, a man was walking down the street and came across Nasruddin crawling around on his hands and knees under a street lamp, apparently searching for something. The man asked, "Mullah, what have you lost?" "The key to my house," Nazruddin replies. So the man agrees to help Nazruddin look for the key, and soon they were both down on their hands and knees searching for the key. After a while, the man asks, "Where exactly did you drop it?" Nazruddin waves his arm back toward the darkness. "Over there, in my house." Well, the man jumps up and asks, "Then why are you looking for it here?" Nazruddin replies, "Because there is more light here than inside my house." Nazruddin looking for his key, yes, but symbolically, he's looking for an aspect of himself that he can't quite see in the dark shadows of his own self. Without light in our lives, it's difficult to find those missing parts of ourselves that bring us joy and happiness. But here's the rub. It's exactly in the darkness of himself that Nazruddin must search, not in the light. However, when we have light keepers who show up in our lives with lanterns and beacons of hope, it's a whole lot easier to find that part of ourselves that we have lost than just groping around in the dark. These are the times we need light so we can honestly and openly see our hidden selves. The Quakers believe that we all have a small flicker of divine light within us that needs tending in order to grow into a bright light to be shared with the world. When our own light is dim, it helps so much when another person can help share their light with us to illuminate our way out of the darkness. So this is the work of the light keepers. And we can all be light keepers. This is part of what it means to be in beloved community. We pay close attention to what connects us. We see each other as our full, authentic selves, even when it's hard for us to see our own selves that way. It's not always easy to be a light keeper. Sometimes it's challenging to feel connected to someone who is depressed or angry or snarky. I was once that person, and my light keepers had to have been saints to put up with it. However, as my colleague Reverend C.J. McGregor puts it, when we see others in the light of love, we find their challenges are probably no different than our own. We see beyond their shadows to the deep light within. And in holding them this way, we ensure that we are touched by their lives, by their pure humanness. When we become light keepers and tend to the dim light in others, our own inner light grows brighter. Conversely, when we receive the light of the light keepers, our own dim inner light also grows brighter. Perhaps this is what is meant in the exchange of greeting, Namaste. The light in me sees the light in you. So Namaste. Happy Diwali. May your inner light shine brightly, and may you share your light with the world. Now we're going to do something a little different. So as we reflected this morning, light is not only something we carry within us, it's something we share and sustain together. The festival of Diwali reminds us that even one small flame, when shared, can transform the darkness around it. In that same spirit, we will now share our light with one another. You may think of this flame as the light of joy, of wisdom, or of remembrance, a symbol of those who have helped keep your own light alive. So you all have candles. So take it, light it, and take a quiet moment to give thanks for those who have brightened your path and to renew your own promise to be a keeper of the light for others. Look around you now. What began as a single flame has become a field of light. Many small flames, each distinct, each adding brilliance to the whole. This is the work of beloved community. This is what it means to be light keepers, to sustain the glow of compassion and hope together. Let us now rise as we sing joyously together hymn 118, This Little Light of Mine, and it's not just for kids. Please join me as we extinguish our chalice or join your order of service. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. As we prepare to leave this sacred time, may we carry with us the light we have kindled together. A light of courage in the face of fear, of kindness in the midst of indifference, of hope that endures through the longest night. May we be faithful keepers of this light, tending it with our compassion, sharing it through our words and with our deeds, and trusting that even the smallest flame can change the world. Go in peace, go in love, go in light, and may that light in you and between you never be extinguished. Go in peace.